Alrighty.
Good morning, Truett.
Good morning, Grandma. What is your name and where were you born?
I'm Beverly Doverstein, and I was born in 1941 in March 2nd in Elkhorn, Wisconsin.
Okay, what was the town you grew up like?
I grew up mostly in Eagle, Wisconsin.
And what was it like in Eagle, Wisconsin?
Well, there was a lake very close, and I spent a lot of time at the lake in the water in the summertime, and we skated in the winter, and I didn't fish though.
Okay. You became a nurse
Yes.
back when you were younger. Tell me a little bit about that. Like, was it easy, difficult?
Well, when I was 18, I went to Madison, Wisconsin, and went to LPN nursing school in Madison, and I stayed there for 2 years, and I became an LPN, the licensed practical nurse.
Okay.
Then I came back to Waukesha and worked in Waukesha Hospital, I think for a couple years. And then I moved to Milwaukee with some girlfriends, and I worked at a couple hospitals in Milwaukee, and let's see, one of them was St. Mary's on the east side, and then a Jewish hospital, I can't remember the name of it, by Marquette.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't quite 21.
Got it. Say when you started practicing being a nurse, did medical practices advance, would you say a lot from when you started to when you finished?
Yes, I guess. Well, of course we didn't have computers. That was in 1970 that I switched over to the operating room and got a certification to be hand instruments in the operating room. And I did that for a couple years too.
Okay.
And that was quite exciting.
I bet.
And then I met some friends worked in the operating room, and they told me to go back to school and get my BSN, and that's associate degree RN. And so I went and did that at MATC Milwaukee College.
Okay. And
I graduated in 1980.
1980. So you went back to school to?
I went back to school a couple times. I was always doing little programs, but the programs I take now are all a couple of years. It costs a lot of money, but at the time it was like on the job training. You didn't have to go to school.
Okay. Well,
but then I became an RN, and in between I got married.
Where did you meet?
And have kids even.
What?
From 19, because you got it in 1980, so you
already
had 2 kids as well.
Yeah.
Went back to school. That's a lot.
Yes. I did a lot. And when I was going to nursing school, I had to commute from West Bend, which was at least a half hour or more to downtown Milwaukee.
Oh, okay. Well, say when you were having kids and you were dealing with a time like in economic recession, like how did you deal with things like that when times are tough?
Well, we're very frugal, and you at that age, time, you only bought stuff when you saved the money to buy it. There weren't people buying with all these credit cards.
Oh yeah.
You saved first, and then you bought stuff.
Yes.
But
Okay.
I did, well, I don't know if I should put that in there. I did have my parents pass away, and so I got a little money to do some of these things, like buy a car to commute. And at the time, my nursing degree was $1,500. Now I think it's $15,000.
Probably even more.
Yeah.
Maybe. Good.
So,
That's
yeah,
okay.
probably even more now.
Yes.
And that degree took 2 years, but I did it in 3 years because I was too busy with other things. But then I got my associate degree.
What other things were you busy with at the time?
Well, family, and there was a lot going on.
Weren't you still working too?
Well, I worked in the operating room on weekends, answering the phone. And I was the only one in that department. It was quite spooky.
Why was that?
Yeah, I had to sit there all day and wait for phone calls.
Oh.
Well, it was an easy job, but I'd get phone calls from other countries wanting to have open heart surgery done in America. And then I had to transfer the calls, and they'd set up for people to come here and have heart surgery.
Wowzers.
And most of the people were Jewish because it was a Jewish hospital.
Okay.
But that was quite interesting. I go, oh no, don't call me from from Europe. I don't know what to do.
Okay. You said you had to commute down to like Milwaukee. Would you say like there were any like big like changes in Milwaukee during this time?
Well, there was no expressways. There was 2-lane highway all the way down. And in the wintertime, it didn't always get plowed the whole length of the highway because there was different areas like Washington County, and so a couple times I couldn't get through to get to work because they didn't have snow plows going up and down the roads like they do nowadays.
Yeah, that is
You had to
true.
shovel your way out of the driveway and to get on the highway.
Yes.
You guys got it easy.
Yeah, we honestly do now.
Now the snow plows go up and down the expressways continuously. They don't stop.
Yeah, they do go very far away.
Yeah.
I know that Grandma talked a lot about how she had a really strong work ethic from when she was very young because she worked in the family business. So you might want to go back to childhood a little bit too.
Yeah.
If you have time.
My childhood.
Yeah, like
Where's that pencil? You should be taking notes.
There you go. Sure, because you had a family business that you had to start working in when you were very young.
Yeah, my dad had a local bar, and he had us helping in the tavern. We'd had to take the bottles down and bring and stock the shelves on the weekends
yeah.
with beer and soda and sweep the floor. Yeah, we had to help.
Yeah, what made you want to like become a nurse?
Well, there weren't many choices in the 50s. You either were a nurse, a school teacher, or what else? A homemaker.
Maybe a secretary for a little bit, but that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were like the roles for jobs for women back then like were they like more limited?
Well,
would you say?
She said there's like 4.
Yeah, they had a thing that girls didn't go to college. They stayed at home, but that changed. You didn't go to college in that would be in the 60s.
Oh yeah.
And
Okay.
let's see, was that part of the people didn't have money like they have today. What
They don't
was
have
the
loans. They didn't
depression?
have,
What was depression? Was that in the 40s?
So yeah, so it was still the aftermath of like kind of the war and
Yeah,
everything. Yeah.
yeah.
It was still not going so
Yeah.
stable. It was
Okay.
it was starting to get back on track, but
Well, about the 60s, like was like racial segregation prominent in this area?
Yes. Father Groppe in Milwaukee was doing something to get the black people to be able to buy homes and live in different areas in Milwaukee. And that was a big deal with Father Groppe. How did that go? Do you remember teaching that?
Yep, it's redlining. It was
Yeah.
called.
Yes.
And I remember there was a big march, and I look out the window where I was working, and there were people on the rooftops with guns.
Whoa.
And I don't know if they were trying to protect the marchers, Father Grappe's marchers, but yes, there was a lot of stuff with black people in Milwaukee.
Okay, so so you say the homes were like segregated a lot.
Well,
like,
yes,
certain neighborhoods.
Black people could only live in certain areas, and he marched so they could buy homes and move out of their area. I think that's the way it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But I was.
How old were you?
I was very young. I don't even think I was 21 when that was all going down. Yeah, but I was working and living in an apartment with friends.
Did you guys like split the rent?
Yeah, we split. There was 3 of us. The 2 girls I lived with worked for the airlines, and one was a airline. What do you call host?
Stewardess.
and one worked at the ticket counter at the airport.
That's fun.
Yeah. So that one girl wasn't there all the time because she was flying.
So she had to pay, but she was not even there the whole time.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
I think then you started
Yeah.
hanging out more with
Yeah, then I met
the lake crowd, right?
Nick. Yeah, then I met Tom and his friends. They were students at Marquette,
Oh, Grandpa and his friends.
and we would meet on the weekends at the Marquette bars. I don't know if they have bars like that anymore.
Maybe a few are left, yeah.
But
Should take a tour.
I wasn't old enough to go in the bars.
Oh, yes. Say when you were in school, did you guys ever have to do like duck and cover drills like under your desk or anything like that?
No, we didn't have anything like that.
No. Or like any fear?
I think that was grade school, huh?
It might have been more like the Cold War,
Yeah.
you know.
No, I think that
Elementary
was
school.
more like grade school students. I don't think
And
we
you were
did that.
older than that
Yeah,
then, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was from the 70s, I guess, 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, like, was there like any concern or like threat over like Cuba and like
Oh,
with President Kennedy at the time? Like,
yes.
missile crisis.
Tom, my husband, was in the Cuban crisis, and that was before I met him, and he was in the Army 2 years, and he got drafted in the Cuban crisis.
Oh, so he was actually like going to go to Cuba to invade when...
Yes, but he ended up in the Army band.
Really?
He played for the Army band, so he didn't go down. He wasn't in the Cuban area, but he was in Washington, state of Washington,
Okay.
for 2 years.
And he was just like on call if they ever needed
Well,
him? Or...
he played the trumpet, and he went all over with the band, Army band, playing the trumpet. He was very good at it. And when we first got married, he'd play taps every night.
Aw, I didn't
He'd
know
go outside and play taps at night at supper time.
Aw. That's cute.
Alright. Say in like the 60s, like how far could like $1 get you back then compared to like
You could get a gallon of gas, I think, for $1.90, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what else could you get for $1? We could get an awful lot of stuff for $1.
like,
But I think bread and I don't quite remember.
Maybe milk,
But-
yeah, I'm wondering, like,
bread.
maybe when you were a kid,
A
how
pack
much...
of cigarettes was $1,
Really?
and now they're what,
I
$4 or
don't know.
$5?
Yeah.
I think more than that
Six
even.
or
Yeah.
7 maybe.
Yeah.
Man, yes, but
Yeah, candy probably was like 5 cents or less.
Yeah. Yes.
Um,
Well, I don't know if it's that cheap,
Mhm.
but things weren't that expensive.
that's
But
good.
there weren't that many fast food places
Not
like
at the time.
the way you guys go out and eat. There was McDonald's, and that was a treat. You never
Yeah.
went there just to go eat. You had to have a birthday party or something. There's something going on.
Yes, and like with the rapid
Yeah,
like francization of
Yeah.
America, it's become more prominent to see that.
and West Bend was very small. It stopped at Decorah. That was the end of West, as far as West Bend came, but now it's all the way out, east and west, Decorah.
Oh yes.
Yeah, because you built here on this farmland
Yeah,
back in was it
Yeah.
71? No, wait. Nick was born, so maybe 72-ish.
yeah. West
Yeah.
Bend was very small.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Back in like the '60s, with the rise of like MLK and like Malcolm X, which do you think had like the bigger impact on the time? Would you say?
Oh, I suppose Malcolm X did. But that was in the 60s, and I was pretty young in the 60s. I was 18, so I wasn't too involved with civil rights
Civil rights.
at that time.
Yeah, that's totally valid.
But it was mostly in the South that there wasn't much civil rights up here in the North that I knew about, right?
You're right. I mean,
I
compared
think-
to the South, you're right. It's a lot.
Yeah. it
But think
was-
about you. You mentioned, your limitations as a female. You're like, well, I can do
Yeah.
this or this, So now that has changed a whole lot too.
Was there any like segregated like facilities, like water fountains?
Not
bathrooms? No?
Not so much in the North, but if you wanted to go to Florida for holidays and spring break, Tom said there was Route 66 to go to Florida. I think that was it. And there was segregation of the water bubblers, and there was segregation going down south, but I don't think there was much up here.
Except, like you said, the segregation in
The
the
s-
residential areas.
yeah, the segregation was
Mhm.
more
Housing.
housing.
Yeah. I bet.
Are we
Right.
done?
Yeah.
Wait,